Victims Minister Alex Davies-Jones joins me now in the studio. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Why has this taken so long?
It's a very good question. And all of my thoughts are with all of the families who have campaigned for decades for this change. This is a monumentous day and it is all down to them. This law will bear the name of Hillsborough Law, but this also speaks to, as you heard the Deputy Prime Minister say there, anyone who has been failed by the state and has been seeking for truth and justice for far too long, be that the families and survivors of the Grenfell tragedy, of Windrush, of the Manchester Arena bombing, the nuclear test veterans. Sadly, the list goes on and on.
Yes.
But this bill, which will bind nearly 1.4 million public servants under that duty of candour, that duty to tell the truth, to be open and honest and act with integrity, is a watershed moment. But it does more than that, Matt. As the Deputy Prime Minister said, this will rebalance the books. This will ensure that David versus Goliath, the Mr Bates versus the Post Office, never has to happen again, by ensuring that we've got legal aid available for inquests for bereaved families where the state is represented.
Decades extra pain and grief for the families of all those tragedies you talk about. Have previous governments, whether Tory, Labour, coalition, did they just fail?
I think promises were made to these families by previous governments and never delivered. But what I would say is that this government has now done more for these campaigners in 14 months than the previous government did in 14 years.
Although it took you longer than you wanted. It was going to come in earlier this year.
We needed to make sure it was right. We were always committed and we were always clear when we came into government that we were going to deliver this.
Are you sure it's right now? Because we hear from the Lords when they're debating things like the assisted dying bill, they're not impressed by the quality of the drafting of these bills. They're concerned that this is bad law getting through. What's to say the Hillsborough law won't be the same?
This is a law that has been made with families first. This was a law that was a manifesto commitment for us, a democratically elected government. And with respect to the House of Lords, who do very important work checking those checks and balances on legislation, this is a priority for us and it is the right thing to do, and we will be delivering this for the country and for those families.
Is there enough candour in the government right now?
I think the government always seeks to act with integrity and candour and is honest and open and as transparent as we can be, and that is on all of us to do.
Do you think Keir Starmer acted with honesty when he backed Peter Mandelson at the time when a report was being compiled into what he did in relation to Jeffrey Epstein that then prompted him to sack him?
I think the Prime Minister was very honest when he told the British public yesterday that as soon as he was made, he had that knowledge available to him of the extent to that relationship with Mandelson and Epstein. He took decisive action and he removed Mandelson from his post as ambassador. And I was truly horrified by what was in those emails. And as soon as I read them, I knew that Mandelson had to go.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that he has been removed from his position.
With Angela Rayner, a report was waited for and then she resigned. With Peter Mandelson, he backed him when a report was still being put together, or at least that's what the timeline looks like. So honesty, maybe, but what about his judgment? It doesn't look particularly good right now, does it?
As soon as the Prime Minister found out, he took that decisive action, and I'm really pleased to see that he did, because that's what is important. It's about taking that action as soon as you have the facts available.
Can you be candid about the situation regarding deportation flights right now to France? Have any people been deported yet on those flights?
So we will be deporting those illegal migrants who have come here from France as soon as possible. That returns agreement that we have signed with France, again, is an important moment for us. And I would like to say that deportations are up under this government. You know, we've returned over 35,000 people with no right to be here since we came into office. Foreign criminals are being deported in the rate of thousands, and we are going further. But it is important, again, that we get this right.
But they were meant to start yesterday, and legal challenges prevented it. Is that just going to stymie your efforts?
These flights will take off as soon as they can.
Will there be people on them? That's the point.
Yeah, we're ensuring that we will be returning illegal migrants back to France under this returns agreement, and we will be doing that as soon as is physically possible.
And will you let us know when you do and how many there are?
I think what's important here is to be candid and be honest with the public.
That would be candid, telling the public via us how many people are on those flights.
And we will as soon as we can. What's important is that we don't give these criminal gangs, these people smugglers, any more ammunition or any more tools that they can use against us. We don't want to be giving them a play-by-play or a timeline about what we're doing when. That would not be in the best interest of the British public, and that would not be in the best interest of this policy. We're getting on and delivering with what they gave us a mandate to do.
Alex Davies-Jones, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.